fellow old schoolers. So the game we're going to see here is my own deck composition A against an ErhnamGeddon setup. And the background for this particular match was it was the final battle of the qualification rounds, round 7 of the Long Island Cup. And we had both won all our games except 2. And that meant that this game was like the gatekeeper game. Whoever would win this game would continue into the top 8, and whoever lost his tournament would end here. So yeah, everything to play for, and likely a pretty strong deck to meet at this point. So without further ado, let's look at this ErhnamGeddon setup. And here it is. I don't know what to tell you. He sent the picture to me recently, and it's like an art project. But let's see if we together can make this work. It's like a tree, and in the middle is all the lands, and each branch is a color, I suppose. So first of all, it's fully powered with the 3 blue power cards, 5 Moxen and a Black Lotus. It uses 3 Birds of Paradise as additional extra mana, Regrowth, Sylvan Library from green, and we have the 4 ErhnamGeddons. Those are the big beaters of the deck. We also have Agothian Pixies. Those are quite nifty against opposing Mistress Factory and stuff like that. Also robots and artifact creatures in general. From white we have some removal, a couple of Swords to Plowshares, 3 Disenchants and a Balance. And we also have the Armageddons. That the concept of the deck will be to close the game with these, or just bomb the entire board state, but have it better afterwards because of those Moxen and Birds of Paradise. There are also a couple of Serra Angels as additional big beaters. For blue we have some counter magic. It's pretty light on the counter magic though. It has a single counter spell and a mana drain, and it also packs 4 Serendipity Freaks as additional aggro, Brain Geyser, and the 3 blue power cards. And the deck also splashes black for Mind Twist and Demonic Tutor. So yeah, its tactic, as said, will be to usually to put out a lot of fast mana, and use that mana to get out a big beater and then close the game with Armageddon. It also has plenty of card advantage. It has a lot of nasty power, and the Sylvan Libraries to bring it some better draws. So all in all, very, very sleek and deadly. Let's look at the composition A. I touched on the composition A in its newest form or iteration earlier in the video number 42. You can check that out, but here it is. It's a mono black philosophy, but with splashes in all colors but green. And the win cons are actually a mixture of mid-range aggro, but the other half of the deck is like a Dreams combo deck, which means I'm putting out Underworld Dreams and comboing into draw 7s that will also provide more creatures. A couple of Underworld Dreams with Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister can do a lot of damage fast. It's a solid deck. I don't think it's a tier 1 deck. It's not up there with the well-established top decks of the format, but it's solid. It has some glaring weaknesses, but when it works, it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. So we'll see. And the blue, white, green, black ErhnamGeddon deck is on the left here, and it's me on the right. And I'm mulliganing down to 6 cards here. Giving it a good long think. Okay. So we're starting out with a Sol Ring and an Underground Sea. He does me one better here, a lot better. Okay, so Pearl, Sol Ring, Tundra, and then putting down a Serendipity Freed. So, yeah, I just gotta punch in now. I mind twist him as fast as possible for 4 cards, and it turns out he had a mind twist of his own. And he drew a City of Brass there, so he could have mind twisted me instead, so not a moment too soon. He attacks with the Serendipity Freed for 3 points of damage, and I'm putting out an Underworld Dreams. So he takes 2 points of damage each draw step. 1 damage each draw step and 1 damage from the Serendipity Freed in his upkeep. But he disenchants it, so never mind that. Okay, so now we have the Arabian Knights face off here. ErhnamGeddon coming out, and he's without a hand. He actually had a Swords to Plowshare in that hand. I'm mind twisted, so but he wants to trade here. I'm fine with that. Coming over for 5 points of damage here. And putting out a Hypnotic Spectre. The thing is here, I can now block his Serendipity Freed. We're racing each other to the bottom here. And then I can get in with the ErhnamGeddon. And as he doesn't have a hand for the Hypnotic Spectre to pick apart, I'm fine with sacrificing the Spectre just for negating the damage from the Serendipity Freed for a single turn. Okay, so he's keeping back to keep the Spectre at bay. Fine with that. Coming over with the ErhnamGeddon again, he's at 5 life. There's an Underworld Dreams. This is nasty because it locks down his Sylvan Library. He can't use it now as he takes too much damage for it. And he takes 2 damage each turn again. So that was like a perfect answer to that Sylvan Library. Putting out a factory. So he can actually block the ErhnamGeddon with both his Serendipity Freed and his factory now. And win, and trade with that, but doesn't matter. I'll just time twist him out. So he takes 7 points of damage here from the Dreams combo portion of the deck. So that's 1 to 0 for the Composition 8 deck at this point. Round 2 after sideboard. I can't remember what I sideboarded here, but I'm pretty certain that I put in some Spirit Links. And at least, judging from his deck, I know that I'm not going to face a lot of City in a Bottle here because he has at least as much Arabian Night stuff in his deck as I have. I won't be facing Blood Moons either because he's like me. He has a greedy mana base. So there won't be much hate against me. That's fine. So he starts out with an Ancestor Recall. That's a very, very strong start. And putting out a Birds of Paradise. Might as well bolt it, right? I mean, it mana fixes him, and it's a blocker later on. So I bolt it and puts down a Hypnotic Spectre. I haven't seen any red from him and no bolts, so that makes the Hypnotic Spectre worth their weight in gold. Yeah, he needs to use those Swords to Plowshares on them. And that will actually diminish how many answers he'll have for my ErhnamGeddons. But didn't draw ErhnamGeddon. Oh, okay, now it's his turn to mind twist me for 2 cards here. Okay, so he does this at random with a dice. Okay. Okay, so those are the cards he picks. There's a Spirit Link and a Disenchant. But obviously those Spirit Links are there to be put on his Serendipity Freed, and they can also be used on my own ErhnamGeddons actually. Okay, that's too bad. I would have loved to use it on that. Oh, but that's a second one. But I would have loved to have used 2 Spirit Links on that. But yeah, what are you gonna do? It's a fine answer. Now each upkeep, he takes a point of damage from that Serendipity Freed, and I gain a life. And if he attacks me, I'll just heal the same amount of damage that the Serendipity Freed does to me. So the situation is pretty stable at this point. He does have a factory though. Okay, so he Spirit Links it himself. So that means, okay, it doesn't do me any damage, but it'll heal him up for 3 points of damage. And I take 2 points of damage from that factory as well. That's the most spirit link creature I've seen in a long time. Can't have that. Disenchanting his spirit link. And I gain a life in his upkeep. Oh, there's an ErhnamGeddon. His deck must really hate City in a Bottle. Now, there's so many City in a Bottles in this current meta we're having, but it's a very strong deck he has, probably. All the good stuff. Swords to Plowshares, the ErhnamGeddon though. Putting out an Underworld Dreams. And then it takes 2 points of damage and I gain a life. So I'm fine with this. It can take as long as he wants. I want nothing to happen here. Okay. I'm without a hand now, but putting down a Singular Vampire. The problem is I'm not sure I can attack with it because he'll only block with the Serenity Befried, and then he'll get rid of it. That Serenity Befried is working for me now. So I'm just sitting back and blocking that factory and watching him getting annoyed by the Underworld Dreams and the Spirit Linked Serenity Befried. All the time in the world. Okay, so he disenchants the Underworld Dreams here. That's unfortunate. But still, the board state is alright for me. The only problem is he has a full hand. I'm not sure what's going on. He might be Mana Staff. No, there's a Lotus. It could be counterspells. I'm not sure if he plays with counterspells. There's a Serra Angel. Okay. Got a factory. So at least I can block him now. I can block his factory and I can block his angel. So he attacks and we trade with the Singular Vampire here. But he puts down another one. Those black bordered angels. A thing of beauty. Drew into a Lotus, that's no good. Okay, I'm slowly losing grip of this game, I think. Need to draw better. That's a Serenity Befried. At least I've accumulated a bunch of life from that other Spirit Linked Serenity Befried. But the situation is pretty desperate. I can really use a balance at this point. He was tapped out as well. So he takes 2 points of damage each turn now. That's always something, but yeah, I take 7 points of damage each turn. I mean, I can still take a beating because of all the life I've gained, and I still gain a life each turn, but it'll go fast. It's a flying army that gives 7 points of damage. I can't seem to draw anything that can help me here. Putting out a Serenity Befried of my own. Oh, he counters it. Okay, so now I know he has counter spells in that deck. Hardly surprising with all those blue mana sources, but still. This is bad. I'm trying to attack here. Purely an act of desperation, but also because I think I have a bolt in hand. And if he blocks with the Serra Angel, I can bolt the Angel. And that'll help the situation a lot. But he doesn't do that. He blocks with the factory and pumps himself, so I'm actually forced to destroy his factory, or else I'll just lose my own factory for no gain. We're cutting a bit forward here. There's a lot of talk, I can't remember why. He Swords to Plowshares his Serenity Befried before his upkeep. Before it's at my end step, just to get rid of that Spirit Link. Makes sense. Now I'm even more screwed. Another factory coming out. And here are 7 points of damage. I'm at 1 point of life. If you have a counterspell, he can... Oh, he casts ErhnamGeddon, that's game. Now I have a Lotus. I can actually draw a balance here. It's not game yet. No balance, that's game. Oh, he had a balance in hand actually. So yeah, great finisher with that ErhnamGeddon. Nasty stuff. It's 1-1. ErhnamGeddon took this one. Round 3, the final battle of this set. It's really coming down to the wire here. And as said, whoever loses is kicked out of the tournament, while the winner continues up to the top 8. And I'm on the play now, and ErhnamGeddon has mulliganed down to 6 cards. Yeah, okay, so starting out with a Pearl and a Sol Ring. That's good. And he has a Bird and a Ruby. Solid starts each game we are having here. Okay, man, oh man. That trusty Mind Twist. This is a great start for me. Okay, but that's the best. Apart from an Ancestor Recall, that would be the best draw he could have there. Top deck. He'll tutor for the Ancestor Recall now, and then recuperate the losses. Because I Mind Twisted him for 4, but it cost me a card to do so. So if he Ancestrals, that'll actually only do so. He has lost a single card. So Source to Plowshare has his Mana Bird here. It might seem like an odd choice, but the thing is, when you have Mind Twisted someone severely, cracking his mana in any way possible will really, really mess up his game plan. Okay, nice done. He top decked another land. He couldn't have played it otherwise, and then he had tutored for that Time Twister, so that just negates the Mind Twist and everything. He gets an entirely new hand. But see what I mean? If he hadn't drawn that land, Source to Plowsharing the Bird would make it impossible for him to do this. So he has to pressuring the mana after you have pressured his hand is I think it's a good tactic. But we have a ErhnamGeddon out, so could be worse. And we're both armed to the teeth, so putting out a Ruby and considering what to do. He reminds me to take a damage from that ErhnamGeddon. Good thing he does so. Okay, so strip mining his factory, trying to ult him back. I don't need a lot of time before I can get him with that ErhnamGeddon. So just needs to hold him back for a little while. So cracking his mana here will hopefully slow him down a bit. But he plays with Source to Plowshares, and he has a full hand, so I'm under no illusion that ErhnamGeddon will survive long. We need to make it count here. Casting Demonic Tutor, attacking with the ErhnamGeddon, and then I'm Time Walking, and I tutored for that. So, as said, we gotta make it count while that ErhnamGeddon lives. That's 10 points of damage secured right here. Boom. There we go. And another one. Okay. So if he can't do anything now, he can Time Walk. He has 10 lives left, and the next attack step he'll be dead. He needs to work fast here. So he Source to Plowshares one of the ErhnamGeddons. Passing the turn. God damn it, am I forgetting? I forgot to take the damage again. Okay, no, I remember it there. Good. Getting over for 5 points of damage. No. Okay, so he tries to block with the factory, but I just disenchant it. Then I'm putting down a single vampire. Why didn't he take 5 points of damage? Okay. Yeah, so he's at 4 points of life. He has a factory to block the ErhnamGeddon again. And his Spiritlinks the ErhnamGeddon. That's cheeky. 3 points of life, but whatever he does here, I can Chaos Orb it. Yeah. So we just really need to not miss here. Whew, that was not the most secure Chaos Orb flip. I think we've got a bunch to drink here. Okay, that's just brutal. Sinkholing his blocker and doing 9 points of damage. So yeah, 2-1 for the composition A, and I have now secured a spot in the top 8. So very lucky deal, lucky break. It was a good, very strong deck I was up against here, I think. And it could easily have gone the other way. But that's magic for you. For sure. So we're just going over what we have sideboarded here. I've put in a bunch of red blasts. He has a Whirling Dervish, 2 Spiritlinks, and a Swords to Plowshares, and a Mace of Earth. That's a lot, actually. And another Whirling Dervish. Pretty nice. Yeah, and I sideboarded in 3 red blasts and a couple of Spiritlinks as well. Anyway, in a bit I'll go over the beginning of the top 8, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals of this huge tournament. But I think we also have a couple of other spicy decks to go over. I'll see what's on the SD card. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.